Unacademy. Let's crack it.
Learning. All right, so GMAT. Now, there's one important thing that you need to know. These days, GMAT is the GMAT is a nice exam. Earlier, it used to be like something which was not much talked about. GMAT वो देते थे जिनको बाहर जाना होता था. These days, so many colleges in India have started accepting GMAT scores. I really feel you guys should. I mean, if you can afford it, it's a महंगा exam, we know that. So if you can afford it, try taking the GMAT. There is an exam SAT. I'm sure you know about this. Then there is GMAT. Many universities across the globe and even universities and colleges in India take these scores. CAT becomes very specific. CAT is India specific, right? Management exam. And these two, this is not a management exam, this is a general exam, and this is a management exam, but for like overall this thing. So in India, we have got great colleges like ISB, Hyderabad, and MDI Gurgaon, Great Lakes, Chennai, and there are many more which accept GMAT scores also. So let's say आपने CAT दे दिया और GMAT दे दिया. CAT में आपका कम आया score, but in GMAT somehow you managed to score very well. Like 680 is considered decent. Minimum you should get this much. And anybody who's seeking good places should go over 700. So let's say you get the score. You are eligible for a good number of colleges in India, plus you are eligible to apply abroad. They will accept this score. So ये आपके हाथ में एक ब्रह्मास्त्र हो जाता है. All right, guys. So that is the reason why I've agreed to teach GMAT. And अपना बाकी सब सामान तो वही रहता है ना. However, there are three important topics on the syllabus: RC, CR and SC. देख रहे हो डिफरेंस CAT और इसमें सिर्फ RC है, CR है और SC है. SC is what? Sentence completion, which involves grammar. Earlier this week we did a session on sentence completion. Then day before yesterday we did on CR, and today we are doing on RC. All right, all clear. I'm taking up the PDF that I have lined up for today. Since you have been doing reading comprehension with me, it would be very easy for you today to see how to go about this. Okay. La 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 la. कहाँ गया भाई? GMAT जी. अरे यार, कहीं ना कुछ गड़बड़ कर ही देती हूँ मैं, है ना? RC है तो यहाँ. Oh. 1 minute guys, 1 minute. गलत फोल्डर में डाल दिया मैंने और ढूंढ रही हूँ वहाँ. YT के फोल्डर में डाल दिया. चलो, काजल, Fareha, Madhu, and everyone else. You will love the passage that I have cherry picked for today. Okay. All right, guys. Sab ready hai? Set. CR is critical reasoning. Shanvi, good evening. Prem, hi. देख लिया मैंने आपको, आपके जोक भी बन गया. चलो. Everyone now focus. Chit chat is done. Types of passages in GMAT. What do you get? You get mainly business, science, or history. Today I have cherry picked a science passage for you. Fine. Okay. Abhi business bole to YT editorial that we did, it was on business. So you need to read varied topics. This is what I've said, na? Diverse. The more eclectic your stuff is, the better you're going to be able to handle RC. Yes, business, science, and history. Good evening, Nitish. Okay, Rujuta. When we talk about GMAT passages, whatever you have done for CAT is important. But besides that, I would just like to highlight these 3 points. According to the passage, did the passage say these ideas? CAT may, if you remember, I have given you this: no external idea, no external info. Right? I'll put here. No external info. This is what we are seeing here. Right, Harshna? Okay. Inference. Can the passage 100% prove these ideas? Remember, we have got an ongoing course on inferences, and in that, I keep telling you this. Can we deduce this? 100%. Can we conclude this? 100%. Inference is something which is definitely true as per the passage. Hi, Akshat, good evening. Right? And the third one, main idea, primary purpose questions. Why did someone write this, or what is the crux? ये हम कई बार कर चुके हैं, आगे भी करते रहेंगे, editorials में भी करते हैं, so this is going to be easy for you. All right, चलो, let's take a look at the passage. Where should I move myself? इधर कर दूं? हाँ, इधर ठीक है, better है. चलो. So there are 4 paragraphs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. First step, we always assess the paragraph. Right? Assessment बोले तो किस बारे में है, and how long is it? So it's about human species something. So Prem, if you see, this is a science passage. Fine, I take you back. Now, all of you, I request you to give the passage a reading, but then go about with your organized reading, please. Don't read too much. Take care. Skim the passage when you're doing it first. This, however, has to be read carefully. Scan. First paragraph has to be read word for word. पढ़ो अब आप लोग. Today, please pause here, everyone. I request you. Do not move yet to the second paragraph. What is the tone of the author? Positive, negative, or neutral? Come on, Akshat, Harshna. Yes, it's negative, right? Very clear. It was never positive. You can't say positive to negative. Here he is just stating a fact. And then he starts with the negative tone over here. As human populations expand and alter the natural environment. Do you realize that there are important points here? Expand and alter natural environment. Maybe he'll talk about global warming. Maybe he'll talk about how we are tampering with the natural environment, right? What are we doing as a result, Prem? What is the result? Reducing biological diversity to its lowest level. Means earlier there was a lot of diversity. Now it's going down. Ultimate consequences, collision, they are certain to be harmful. Negative is the biodiversity crisis. So we know that we are going to discuss biodiversity crisis. Biodiversity is what? Biodiversity is when different species, various species are there in the atmosphere, and sometimes one species helps the other to survive, helps the other thrive. Okay, this is biodiversity. Together we form the ecology, right? So these words you should be familiar with. Hana, Prem, plant, animal, flora, fauna. Flora is plants, fauna is animal. Okay? So we understood this much. Second paragraph looks pretty dense, Harshna and Urja. I don't want anybody to read the entire paragraph. The way I have taught you, read the first 2 lines, skim everything, go to the last line since it's a big paragraph and read that. Chalo guys. ये पूरा पोर्शन प्रेम I'll skim. This history, ये summarize कर दिया. If there is a question, I'll come back to this portion, Prem. Urja, this history suggests what? Don't read too much again. But the Cretaceous crisis was minor compared with पूरा data है. Do you agree with me on this when I say this? पूरा paragraph is data. Fareha. Right? You have to understand what this paragraph is about, Akshat. Global diversity, history, that is summarized over here. Let's see if there's a question now, Akshat. Then we can come back and read it in detail. Move over to the next paragraph, guys. Scientific hai to data to rahega hi. Within the past 10,000 years has entered now. Do you realize here there is there's an invisible word but? Why? Because this has to be connected to the first part na Akshat. Problem ho rahi hai, we are bringing it down, we are reducing it. There is a biodiversity crisis. So obviously यहाँ पे but आएगा. Within the past 10,000 years has entered a wholly new era. हम कुछ और कर रहे हैं. Change of tone. Human activity has had a devastating effect. Same thing connect with the first paragraph. Even today in the editorial session, I showed you how to connect, right? And the rate of human-induced extinctions is accelerating. Now I'm going to skim all this portion. Why? Because I know, Akshat, this is the crux. We have started messing with the environment. Human-induced, that's an important word, Akshat, Harsh, right? Extinctions is accelerating. And here it's only explanation, Harshna. Right, Fats, Fareha? Just explanation. The list of such biogeographic disasters is extensive. वही तो बोला है उसने. So on the second and third paragraphs, I'm not going to waste time. Done. 10 seconds for this, 10 seconds for this. I would read, like I would give this 30 seconds maybe. And then this paragraph, since it's the last one, again 40 seconds. Read this, please. Do you see this paragraph talks about consequences? The loss of biodiversity is the most profound process. Its consequences. Oh, so now, Mr. Author, you're going to talk about the consequences. Skim karo. This is, from here, I'm definitely going to read word for word. Scan this portion. Do you see not only Harshna, but also, very important, if the need be, give extra 30 seconds to this last portion. Are we done, guys? Let's map it, Madhu. Okay, before we move over to the next thing, biodiversity. ठीक है? Keywords, right, Harsh? Number 1, negative, going down, right? So he comes down, he's flow kya hai? Biodiversity, he starts with biodiversity, he comes down to history. I'll go down and I'll write here. This is the flow, history. Then he comes down to the next paragraph and he says, we have started destroying, present, right? And then he comes down to the last paragraph and he talks about consequences. In GMAT passages, especially, you will find brilliant flow to the passage. Is this clear to everyone? Prem, Harshna, Akshat, Madhu, right? Without reading too much, you can come out of the passage within 1 minute, 30 seconds. There will be 5 to 6 questions. Give more time to the questions. However, in the main exam, that is GMAT main exam, you don't get more than 4 questions per passage. So there will be 4 passages into 4, 16 questions. And then total there will be 36. Okay. CAT में अपने 24 होता है, इसमें 36 है, 16 of RC, you get about 11 to 12 of sentence correction, and then the remaining, that is CR. Only 3 topics. Got it? So now I'll take you over to this slide. Same passage I have replicated over here. I have just shown you the important parts. Human species came, this gives us the main idea, right? And then here, within this, human activity has had a devastating effect on this. हम ये accelerate करते जा रहे हैं, right? Because of this most profound, बहुत ज़्यादा भयानक है, and consequences हैं यहाँ पर. This is a serious strategic error, not this, but that. Got it? Clear है सबको. Let's take a look at the mapping. So this is what our map looks like. Paragraph 1, introducing the biodiversity crisis caused by human populations. Paragraph 2, biological diversity was hard won, है ना, history, 5 extinction, जो कुछ भी उसमें दिया है वो हमने पढ़ा नहीं, जाने दो. Effect of human activity on biodiversity, specific examples, and ignoring this problem is an error because it's very, very important. Last 4 lines, potential wealth to a nation. Correct? Done, Shanvi? I hope this is clear to everybody. Let's go over to the questions. Now, once we have done our mapping, once we have done our organized reading, Shanvi, things should be very clear to us, Shanvi. What is where? Like when we read a question frame, we should be able to identify where exactly we need to go in order to come up with the answer. Okay? Chalo, take a look at the first question now. Read all the options first. What is the question asking you? And then we do process of elimination. Do you need to even go back for this? I don't think so. We know the keywords. Prem, shall we do the poll for this once? Harshna, Madhu, okay, Mrinal. Back? Okay, but no back, but still wait. Okay, theek hai. Check the options. Remember, Madhu, its main idea. So the first para and last para. Poll. That's amazing. Very good accuracy, guys. Well done. Bravo. Do you realize here? Human induced. This is important. Species diversity. This is important. Big proportions. Important. Grave consequences for the human species. Last para. Important. If anybody has a doubt, he or she can ask me here, and I'll be happy to explain. In case you want to know the POE, I'll give you this. Why not the other options? The reduction in biodiversity is an irreversible process that represents a setback both for science and for society as a whole. For science, weird. Irreversible process, not exactly sure. It's not there in the passage. Okay. Moreover, human induced hai. That is the most important part. That should be there. The material and cultural wealth are insignificant when compared with the cultural this. This is incomplete. है ही नहीं इसमें मुद्दा कि भयानक बढ़ चुका है. Like the diversity is decreasing and hazards are increasing. So do something about it. The enormous diversity could not have come about without periodic extinctions conferred. This is connected with the second paragraph. Just a thread. It's not the main idea. The human species is in the process of initiating a massive extinction. No, it's already there right now. It's the lowest stage, the first paragraph has said. Past episodes look minor. Rubbish. This is out. So it's between A and E. Definitely E has better words. Kajal, how can this be verbatim? That's just a phrase. When I say verbatim, verbatim is something which is like a sentence copied or a big phrase, a big chunk. Shanvi, why not A? The reduction in biodiversity is an irreversible process. I need to check this. That represents a setback both for science and for society as a whole. All right, I'll take you back now. We are left with A and E. Let's check the main idea. The human species came into being, okay, blah, blah, blah. Today, expand and alter this. They're reducing this to this lowest level. End of this. Okay. The ultimate consequences are beyond calculation. Gigantic proportions, right? But they are certain to be harmful. In essence, biodiversity crisis. And the last paragraph, this consequences are big, biological wealth is taken for granted. It's like, यहाँ देखो एक और जगह पे दिया है. I'll tell you this. Human activity has had a devastating effect. So if all this is happening, it's not happening on its own. It's happening because of humans, right? It also has a potential. So this portion gives us the damages that are happening, right? So now when we go over to this, the reduction is an irreversible process, not sure. Okay, doubt. Setback both for science and society. This was not in focus at all. It's talking about how it's causing hazards and dangers for our planet as a whole, the society, mankind. So that is more important. Moreover, in this one, some things are missing. Human induced tragedy is missing, right? And here, incalculable proportions, big, that grave consequences for human species. Did you understand now, Shanvi and Kajal? Clear? Okay. Answer E, yes. Next one. Take a look at this, guys. Try to understand the type of question. Which one of the following situations is most analogous to the history of global diversity 10 to 18? 10 to 18 के बदले cat में जैसे रहता है ना second para, third para something. Global diversity we know कहाँ पर है? Second para. Most analogous पूछा है, right? Let's go back and check. Now you can read it. Then plateau. ये देख रही हो काजल? Stagnation. Okay. Make a chart if you want. Initial flowering. Okay, here. Increase. Then plateau. Okay. And then again slow high. Fine. Hard one and a long time in coming. But this increase was set back by 5 massive extinction episodes. The most recent, blah, 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 okay, something, something. Okay, let's go back and check the options now. That much reading is enough. Don't you think it's very clear if you had made that chart? You need to go back, guys. Anybody? Madhu, Kajal, Arushi. It's always advisable to make charts when sorry, when you're reading such portions. Kajal and Shanvi, when you're ready for the poll, please let me know. What no, ma'am? Okay, I'm waiting at the options now. Madhu? Super easy question. Starting the poll. Seriously, guys, how could you make a mistake in this? Let me see what went wrong. Okay. Raja got it, and so did Madhu. Well done. Here. This is wrong. The whole of option D is right. This portion is wrong. यहाँ क्या बोला है आपको clearly दिया हुआ है. If you see here, it starts, goes up, then it plateaus off, then again it starts creeping up to an all-time high. So beach mein there will be a plateau, right, Kajal? Now when we go over to option D, after valuable deposits are discovered, population goes up, booms, then levels off, plateaus, and then begins to decrease. No, the last part is wrong. Look at E. The variety of styles stocked increases rapidly after the store opens. So store is initial, opening of store is initial. It increases rapidly, then holds constant for many months, plateaus off, and then gradually creeps upward. So this is the one which goes with you. The same. Got it? Is it clear, everyone? Right? Okay. Such a nice question this was, Fareha. If you just know how to take it out. Pakka bolo, is it clear, guys? So the takeaway from this question is, if you come across such a portion, take a scribbling sheet and make a map, make a chart, note down, kuch bhi karo, so that when you go to the question, it's easy for you. Yes, Prem, good. Next question, please. Suggest which one of the following about the Cretaceous crisis. Isn't this specific? We need to go back and we need to see Cretaceous crisis kahan hai. T, 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 no, sorry. F, 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 1, T. Which one does he suggest about the Cretaceous crisis? Go back. Dinosaurs, okay. This is the most famous, latest, conferred hegemony on the mammals. But we got a few points, Madhu. Let's go over to the options now and start eliminating. Fine, chalo. Easy elimination. Like I would go back and check this, Madhu, 77% वाला. ठीक है, चेक करते हैं. But the Cretaceous was minor compared with the Permian. During which between 77 and 96% of marine animal species perished. Okay. Fine. So let's go back and see. Such easy elimination. I'm starting the poll for this. Good, Arushi. Very good, whoever got it. Very well done. My first elimination was this, most devastating out. Permian ko bola hai na? It was nothing compared to Permian. Right, Madhu? It was the second most. How do you know? Huh? There's no data over there which confirms this, that it was the second most, right, Madhu? Out. It was less devastating to species diversity than is the current biodiversity crisis. Bhai, in that paragraph, only history has been discussed. He has not compared anything with the current crisis that we have brought upon ourselves. So this is out. Right, Raja? It was between D and E. Now, easy for me was to go and check 77. Bola to hai 77 to 96 was in the Permian. So, isme it did not approach 77. So, definitely this is true, right, Arushi? Why not E? The dinosaurs comprised the great majority of species that perished. How do we know that dinosaurs comprise the great majority? Ye to again wo trap hai na? Hasty generalization wala fallacy. Look here. It ended the age of the dinosaurs, conferred hegemony on the mammals, okay, and ultimately made possible the ascendancy of human species. How do we know dinosaurs formed the majority of the mammals that went extinct? Right? So that is wordplay. Definitely that is the answer. I mean, D is the answer here. This. Correct. Chalo. Question 4. Mentions the Nile perch in order to provide an example of what? Nile perch. Go back and check now. Here he has given that. I have shown you many such questions in CAT. Why has he talked about that? Look for the theory. The example is not so important. Okay, options, Madhu. Go with POE, guys. Material wealth, total out. That survived the Permian extinction. He's not trying to show that out. The kind of action that is necessary to reverse, is this the kind of action, the typical lack of foresight, or a species something? We can go back if you want. Once back. Sure, Prem. Got it? Absolutely brilliant. The options are. I love the trap that they have given. Poll. Oh, yes, you guys got it. Well done. You did not fall into the trap. Some people did, and the trap was A. The paragraph has the main idea, become extinct through human activity. People would see this and say, ah, this is the answer. But go back and verify. Nile perch is not becoming extinct. They introduced the Nile perch, one species of fish, the Nile perch, into Lake Victoria, because of which the other species are on the verge of extinction. Right? So ye to, yes, this is the activity that has threatened others. So ye thode ho sakta hai. So that was a thoughtless activity. That's why the answer is that one. The typical lack of foresight or thought that has led to this disaster. So it is B. A was a trap. Next. All of the following are explicitly mentioned in the passage as contributing to the extinction except. Now, you don't even need to go back right now. First check. Hunting, pollution, deforestation, growth of human population, human engineered changes in the environment. We are looking for T, 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 1F, right? So start eliminating. Which two are 100% true? Come on, guys. Which two? Very good, Madhu. I'm so proud of you. Really. Amazing ho tum. D and E. Now, between these three, you can go back and verify and then mark. Deforestation, pollution, hunting. I'll take you back. दिख रहा है. I got my answer. Chalo guys, done. Enough. Be quick in reading and locating. Done. All right. Starting the poll. Very nice. काजल, मानसी, प्रेम, इशिका. There's another प्रेम. दो प्रेम है एक ही क्लास में. तभी तो मैं प्रेम की दीवानी हूँ. Those of you who marked deforestation, how and why, when we go back over to that paragraph, देखो यहाँ पे, देखो प्रेम यहाँ, have been eliminated through hunting and destruction of native forest. तो दे तो रखा है hunting and deforestation. Understood, pollution नहीं है, खत्म. Pollution is the answer, right? This next. The passage suggests which of the following about material and cultural wealth. This is specific Prem and Raja. We need to pick that. Material and cultural wealth. Go back and see. And definitely there will be some kind of word play. Interpretation game hai ye. Material and cultural wealth. It's there in the last para. Just one sentence you have to interpret. Okay, options. Go with POE, it's very easy. Does anybody need to go back? Come on, guys, tell me this. Anybody go back? Yes, Arushi? Okay, no problem. There you go. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Are you done? Okay, Arushi, well done. कोई नहीं चलो फिर भी कर लेते हैं. Good, you guys got it. तुमने स्नीक पिक कर लिया ना आंसर में, तभी तुम्हारा आंसर करेक्ट आ गया, राइट? Or you actually got it, guys? ये बताओ मुझे. Actually got it ना? This was easy actually. वहाँ clearly दिया है ना कि unlike that, so we take biodiversity for granted. So unlike बोला है, so that means we don't take that for granted, है ना? So ये easy था, right? चलो last question for today. Consequences देख रहे हो प्रेम? We know very well कहाँ दिया हुआ है consequences. Read the options first because by now we know so much about the passage. One true. दैट्स इट, बाकी सब में वर्ड प्ले। अभी चलेंगे शानवी, एक बार पढ़ लो ऑप्शंस। कितने क्लियर ट्रैप्स हैं देखो। I'm left with two options. Can anybody tell me which two options are left after elimination? Let's see how correct you guys are going. Bolo, bolo. Peeps. Okay, Shanvi says DE, Madhu says E. Two I'm left with, Madhu. Two. All right, I'll take you back. Consequences. ठीक है? Clear. Done. Chalo Arushi. Based on what was given there, it's only one answer. Yes, I'm starting the poll. And we are done. Yay. We'll check the leaderboard and finish the class. Oh my goodness. Some people goofed up in this. Seriously, guys? How? Madhu, how come you made a mistake in this? First elimination will have as immediate an impact on the material as on their biological. Bakwas kaha diya hai ye sab? As immediate an impact. Faulty comparison. Madhu, the loss of species diversity will have as immediate an impact on the material of nations as on their biological wealth. Faulty comparison. Coming to that, Shanvi. The crisis will likely end the hegemony. Totally crazy. The effects of the loss of this will be dire, but we cannot yet tell how dire. Likha hai, it can't be predicted. Okay. It is more fruitful to discuss the consequences of the crisis in terms of the potential loss to humanity than in strictly biological loss to humanity than, okay, yeah. Don't you think that is faulty comparison? It is more fruitful to discuss in terms of potential loss than in strictly by. How do we know which one? I mean, the way how we should discuss it more properly. This is faulty comparison. You've done the techniques with me. That's why this is out. I was left with CME. Then I go back and I check. Is it irreversible? It can be minimized. Is it irreversible? Or we cannot tell how dire. Go back and check. They have given it over there. I'll show you where exactly. Ye diya is the most profound process. Its consequences are also the least predictable because the value of Earth's biota remains unstudied and unappreciated. We cannot predict it. We cannot tell how much. That is why that's the answer. Yeah. See. Are we done, guys? Let's check the leaderboard and celebrate. Wow, Kajal, she has topped the charts. Prem, Prithwiji, wow, Ishika, Mansi, Fareha, Madhu, Shanvi, Prem, Arushi. Madhu, you made silly mistakes. You were going very strong. But are your mistakes clear now, Madhu? Kahan goof up hua hai? This is how we learn, Madhu. All right. Okay, everyone. Cheers to us. We have done a very fruitful session. We have done a nice passage, 7 questions. We learned something with the questions. Cheers to us. We rock. टिस्मॉक 10 बजे है प्रेम. ओके तब मैं आपको उसमें डाल चुकी हूं मैं लिंक टिस्मॉक का ग्रुप पे चेक कर लो आप. आई विल कम विद द क्वेश्चंस. शानवी रिवाइज, ये 7 क्वेश्चंस में इतने सिंपल क्वेश्चंस थे, एंड इफ यू goofed up in these questions, you made silly mistakes. You really need to sit down and see where you are goofing up.